This is WKYT This Morning.
Kentucky mornings start right here on WKYT. Good morning to you. Hope you had a good weekend. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Andrea Walker. It is Monday, October 17th, and it's a busy one here in our newsroom.
We have a lot going on. The time is now 6:31. Gone but not forgotten. How friends are remembering aspiring track star Trinity Gay, who was shot and killed at just 15 years old in Lexington.
Lexington police are also investigating 2 more weekend shootings, one which turned deadly.
And fans got to see former Kentucky basketball players on the court in Rupp Arena over the weekend. How the players felt about being back in the bluegrass. That and more just ahead here on WKYT.
And we have good news for you this morning. No matter what you like in the weather department,
right.
We've got it this week.
It's your choice, right?
Absolutely, because we're in the 80s now. We'll be in the 70s at one point. We'll be in the 50s and 60s at another point. And we even have some 30s for overnight lows possible.
So it's sort of like you can't win or you can't lose this week.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
There you
I mean, that is the 7-day forecast. I'm going to show you that in just a few minutes. Let's look outside right now, though. 50s and 60s as we're walking out the door. Now, it's not a bad feel. I would say southern half. Yeah, if you're one of those that gets chilly pretty easily, then maybe that's a little bit cool for you. But for the most part, it's a nice start as you're walking out the door. 83 later on this afternoon. It's a really good-looking day. Mixture of sun and clouds, breezy conditions. But temperatures right there at 83 degrees. You got to remember, past couple of days, we've been from 80 to about 83 degrees. So it's getting a little bit warmer. We actually get warmer tomorrow that could break a record. We'll see about that. But then we'll see a big blast and cold front. There's actually rain in the forecast. Finally, I'm going to show you how much we're expecting and when that comes. Just a few minutes.
We'll see you then, Micah. Thank you, and let's get right to the news. It is really a stunning crime that has people all over the country and in the sports world talking this morning. The daughter of Olympic sprinter and Kentucky native Tyson Gay was murdered over the weekend in Lexington.
Trinity Gay was just 15 years old. Lexington police say she was caught in the crossfire early Sunday morning as people in 2 cars shot at each other outside a Cookout, which is a restaurant on South Broadway. 3 people are now charged in connection with Trinity's death: Devontae Middlebrooks, Chazare Taylor, and his son, DeMarcus Taylor. Each of them are charged with wanton endangerment. The 3 men will be in court this afternoon. Now, according to their arrest citations, all 3 admitted to firing shots.
And she was following in her father's footsteps. Trinity was a star on the track team at Lafayette High School. Her sudden death has her family, friends, and teammates trying to cope this morning. They're going to have some support later on today. WKYT's Lauren Miner is live at Lafayette High School, where we've learned there is a vigil in the works. Lauren?
Good morning, Bill. It's a loss that's being felt all across the country. A tough time for family and friends coping with the loss of 15-year-old Trinity Gay, and it has a lot of people asking why. Taylor Middleton says she was right next to Gay when she was shot. She says they were in the parking lot when the first round of shots were fired.
At least I can say that the last few minutes I had with her, she was alive.
A young girl whose life was taken too soon. Trinity Gay was a 15-year-old student at Lafayette High School. She was on the track team and, according to friends and family, quite the athlete.
She was so competitive, and she always wanted to beat everybody on the track. And she always helped out everybody. If you messed up, she'd tell you what you messed up on, but she can get you through it and make you better.
Family and friends say Gay was someone you could count on and had a personality that would make you laugh.
A good person, she was sweet, could make anybody laugh. And it's heartbreaking. She has so many friends, family that love her.
Family and friends are planning a vigil to remember Gay this evening. This will take place after the freshman football game around 8 o'clock. Everyone is invited to attend, and they are saying you should also wear purple or pink. Reporting live in Lexington, Lauren Miner, WKYT.
Lauren, thank you. City and state leaders, as well as other Olympians, have been sharing their thoughts about Gay's murder. Lexington Mayor Jim Gray released a statement saying, quote, "Tragedies like this require us to pull together as a caring community, and we are doing that." Governor Matt Bevin tweeted, quote, "This senseless and tragic violence needs to end. How truly heartbreaking this is." And Fayette County School Superintendent Emmanuel Koch said in part, quote, "Our hearts are broken over the loss of Trinity. Please join us in keeping the Gay family close in thought and prayer. Many more have taken to Twitter to share their thoughts and condolences as well, and we've compiled a running list of people who are tweeting using the hashtag TrinityGay. You can read those right now or when you have time today, and keep up with this developing story on WKYT.com.
Lexington police are also investigating another deadly shooting here in Lexington.
Yeah, police say around 2 o'clock yesterday morning they were called to the Chase parking garage on East Main Street for a shooting. Shortly after, they were informed that a man had been dropped off at a hospital with a gunshot wound. Police say he was rushed to UK Hospital where he later died. The Fayette County coroner has identified the man as James Blair. Police say they do have a person of interest in the case, but that person's name has not been released.
At this time, police do not believe the parking garage shooting is connected to a separate shooting at a nearby Lexington nightclub. Shortly before the parking garage shooting, police were called to the Trust Lounge on West Main Street for a shots fired call. Investigators found blood at the scene, but no victim. Police then say a victim later showed up at Good Samaritan Hospital with a gunshot wound to the leg. Police say they do not have any suspects at this time.
Senseless violence over the weekend, certainly. And Lexington police right now say they are getting tired of clowning around. They are stepping up their efforts now to catch a clown who is robbing gas stations.
Yeah, they think the same man hit 3 gas stations yesterday before robbing the Shell near Nicholasville Road in Man O' War overnight. In each case, the gunman was wearing a clown mask. WKYT's Mike Byer is live at the latest crime scene with this Crime Tracker report.
Good morning, Andrea. Just like in those robberies yesterday, police say a man wearing a clown mask and wearing all black clothing walked into this Shell gas station and robbed it overnight. Now, the armed robbery took place shortly after 12:30 here at the Shell on Man O' War and Nicholas Park. Police say the suspect showed a gun and demanded money. After he got the money, police say he fled the scene. They say he may have gotten into a vehicle that was in the parking lot behind the gas station. Now, yesterday, Thornton's gas station on Georgetown Road, Speedway and South Broadway, and Speedway on Meadow Lane were all involved in armed robberies. Just like this morning, police say all 3 were robbed by a person wearing a clown mask and black clothing. Police say a silver or gray Chevy Impala may have been involved in yesterday's robberies. So far, police have not released any vehicle description from this morning. Now, the good news from these robberies is no one was hurt. Meanwhile, it's back to business here at this Shell as the doors have reopened. Live in Lexington, Mike Byer, WKYT.
Mike, thank you very much. Well, so far, no charges have been filed in last week's deadly shooting in southern Kentucky. The Whitley County coroner says Stephen Pataki died Saturday around midnight. Police say Pataki was shot several times last Thursday. The Corbin Times-Tribune reports that Pataki's wife told police that she did shoot him, but she didn't mean to. The paper reports that charges are currently pending in the case. Police are waiting on results from the autopsy before going forward in the case. Millions of dollars will be released to Kentucky state colleges and universities today. Governor Matt Bevin cut the money from the school's budget back in the spring, but Democratic Attorney General Andy Beshear sued, calling the cuts illegal. Last month, the state Supreme Court sided with Beshear. The Attorney General's office told us Bevin and Beshear signed an order to release that money today.
The time is 6:39 on WKYT this morning. Richmond city officials will swear in their newly appointed police chief this morning. Former Frankfort City Police Lieutenant James Ebert will be the new police chief in Richmond. The ceremony will begin at 9 o'clock this morning at Richmond City Hall. That event, by the way, is open to the public.
All right, here is a cool story. A total solar eclipse has not been visible in the U.S. since 1979, but a Kentucky town is expected to be one of the best places in the entire world to catch a glimpse of it.
And they are getting ready already. They're renting out hotel rooms, getting reservations. The Chamber of Commerce, Hopkinsville, expected to be called the best place to view the next total eclipse. A former NASA astrophysicist discussed the location during a presentation at the University of Louisville. He said people in Hopkinsville will see the eclipse for the longest, as long as the clouds don't block the view.
That only lasts for about 2.5 minutes, 2 minutes and 40 seconds from Hopkinsville. But during that period of time, the sky grows dark. You can see brighter stars and planets in the sky.
NASA officials say you'll need glasses or a pinhole projector to view the moments before and after the total solar eclipse. But when it's completely aligned, you can see it with the naked eye. So that.
In case you were wondering, the date is August 21st of 2017. So
right.
if you want to mark your calendars now.
Get that on the books.
I know. Pretty cool.
They're excited out there. No doubt about that. And,
They are.
And we'll be able to see it here if it all works out with those clouds. First time since 1979. 6:40 is our time this morning. And we want to check traffic again and see how things are moving for you out there this morning. Here's a look, first of all, at what is happening right now as far as our regional map. Current traffic is good and green. We have no reports of any problems right now. Everybody moving along fine in the beautiful Monday morning air out there. It's
That's
nice
right.
and warm.
Everything looking good on this Monday. Here is a look outside, courtesy of the Lexington Fayette Urban County Government Live Drive Cam. We're looking at downtown Main and Broadway right now. As we said, things moving very smoothly this morning. Nothing really to tell you about.
And as you head in today, you can get the latest traffic and weather info anytime with the WKYT Weather Plus Traffic app. That is downloadable for free in the app or Google Play Store. So why not have that information on board as you travel along? Good to have you with us Monday morning on WKYT, and there's a lot more coming up for you.
Still ahead on WKYT this morning. Normally, when fall comes around, you look forward to picking pumpkins and then carving them, but one small New York town, well, they love to chuck the pumpkins. That story is coming up after Micah's forecast.
Pretty nice start to the day. Later on this afternoon, you're talking about 80s there in the forecast, not only today, next few days, but then big changes later on this work week. I finally have rain in the forecast. I'll show you that coming up next.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
We're looking pretty good this morning. I'm not seeing any problems whatsoever as you're walking out the door, so no rain outside, no real fog issue, maybe some lower lying fog here and there, but other than that, we're looking pretty good. We're 54 degrees right now in Laurel County, 59 in Moorhead. We're in 60s in a lot of locations, so that is above average. And this afternoon, we're going to be above average. It's abnormally warm, and you felt it this weekend. We're going to feel it tomorrow, Tuesday, and off towards your Wednesday. Now, Tuesday is a big day. I talked about it this morning. If you are 78 years old and you're watching this morning, the last time we've had temperatures like this on October 18th, which is tomorrow, was when you were born. I mean, it's been 78 years since we've had temperatures like this during this time of year. It's been a long time. We may break that record tomorrow. And it will be dry until midweek, so that allows those temperatures to rise each and every single day. Once we hit Wednesday, I would say there is a chance of rain far northern Kentucky, but other than that, we still stay dry on Wednesday. Then we head toward Thursday. Thursday, this blasting cold front comes rolling on through, and that will give us the opportunity, finally the opportunity, not just for a 20-30% chance of rain. There is a really good chance of rain on Thursday. So showers and thunderstorms will be with us on Thursday as that front moves through. You won't feel the cold air. It's not ahead of the front, it's behind the front. You won't feel the cold air until Friday off into your weekend. But it is a blasting cold front. So let's talk about this, okay? Normally our highs are at 67 degrees. We're not going to be anywhere near that later on this afternoon, nor in the next few days. Like I said, the record high at 87 degrees, that was back in 1938. Our forecast high that I have in my 7-day is at 85. But here's the problem. With these weather models, when you have breezy conditions, 15, 25 miles per hour like we've had the past couple of days, these weather models don't handle that very well. Typically, it's a little bit above what these weather models are showing, and that's why I've actually put it at 85 when these weather models are saying 82, 83, 84 degrees. So I'm going a little bit higher in. That's just being around this area for the past 4 years and seeing what these weather models are kind of biased about. So it's possibly going to be breaking that record. It's possible. I'm not saying it's fully likely, but it's possible. And then that cold front Thursday off into your Friday. Hey, don't forget, follow me on Twitter, Micah Harris WX. Already been talking to some people early this morning about this weather, about how warm it has been outside. And yeah, it's just been pretty warm. There's a shot right there on Twitter from Melissa Hall 929. Really cool shot of the Hunter's Moon this past weekend. That was a pretty neat shot right there. 7-day forecast today through Wednesday, like I said, is mainly dry. Temperatures there in the low to mid 80s. On Thursday, the rain chance comes. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, much cooler air arrives, guys. We talked about it all morning long on WKYT this morning that it's a forecast for everybody. You want rain, it's in there. If you don't, it's in there. If you want cold air, it's in there. If you don't, that's
Yeah.
in there. I mean, anything you want, it's in there.
It's kind of
right.
fun, you know, to have a little bit of everything this week.
You don't
know?
get that back in Alabama. Not where I'm from. You only get it. Well, you don't always get it here, but you get it here.
We're used to it.
I was saying here, you know, stick around. The weather will change.
It will.
You have been doing some jack-o'-lantern carving over the
Yeah,
weekend.
we did
I
it
hear?
yesterday. Yeah, we
Okay.
knocked it out a little bit. Got a little pumpkin going on for
There
the
you
little
go.
man.
Well, try this. There's a high-flying event. It drew quite a crowd in upstate New York over the weekend.
That's right. Thousands gathered on the banks of the St. Lawrence River for the annual Pumpkin Chunkin contest. 13 adults and youth teams built, what is that? Trebuchets?
Trebuchets.
Trebuchets?
I guess.
All right. That's a type of catapult, apparently, to
Yeah.
see them launch the pumpkins. Judges recorded distance and speed of each launch. The fastest launch was clocked in at 140 miles per hour. Clearly, I'm not an expert in the subject, but it looks a lot like a lot of fun.
Right into the St. Lawrence River.
There you go.
Those pumpkins. Well, they had some fun up there. The American flag on display
There
as
you
well.
go.
6:49 our time on WKYT this morning. We're going to update you on some of our top stories shortly.
Keep it here on WKYT.
Coming up, the Iraqi battle to take back Mosul from ISIS is underway. Holly Williams reports from the front lines. Plus, how is Donald Trump's campaign affecting his business's bottom lines? More real news coming up on CBS This Morning, next.
Welcome back to WKYT this morning. The time now is 6:52 on your Monday. The death of a rising track star in Lexington is what's making headlines this morning. Bill has a look at what's trending on the web.
It's a fast-moving story. 3 men are now charged in connection with the shooting death of 15-year-old Trinity Gay. The arrest citations for all 3 men say each admitted to firing shots outside a restaurant on South Broadway yesterday morning. They will all be arraigned on the charges later this afternoon. We'll stay on top of that, of course. And meanwhile, a big turnout expected at a vigil for Trinity tonight at Lafayette High School. Just like her father, Olympic sprinter Tyson Gay, Trinity was on the track team at Lafayette. We're also working to get surveillance video of the man who Lexington police say was wearing a clown mask when he robbed 4 gas stations over the last couple of days. And be sure to download the WKYT Weather Plus traffic app. Micah is talking near record-breaking highs for today and tomorrow before the bottom sort of drops out by the end of the week. So follow him on Twitter as well. Andrea?
Thank you, Bill. Well, the Country Music Hall of Fame now has 3 new members. Fred Fawcett, Charlie Daniels, and Randy Travis are now officially part of the Hall of Fame. Each received their medallions and plaques last night. Several other country stars came out to honor the 3 men. Dolly Parton, Garth Brooks, and Brad Paisley all performed. All 3 of this year's inductees said they're thankful to join such great company. And a fun fact, all 3 were born and raised in North Carolina. The Susan G. Komen Foundation is leaning toward finding a new location for its January 14th breast cancer fundraiser. That's because the $1 million event is to be held at Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago Club in Palm Beach, Florida. Women who accuse Trump of wanting unwanted sexual advances say 2 of the instances happened at Mar-a-Lago. The charity has no position on Trump, but says it wants to keep its event separate from controversies unrelated to their mission.
All right, here's an interesting story. Move over duck face. Wasp lips are the latest in selfie fashion, apparently it turns out. Or at least that's what Jose Rivas would have you believe.
I don't understand.
Here we go.
The online comedian and would-be fashionista is gaining viral fame after getting stung not once but twice on the lips by a pair of yellow jackets, leaving him with a natural lip job that would make the Kardashians jealous.
Kapow! Kim Kardashian, they'll be looking at you for lips for days.
Oh my goodness. All right, that's right. Why spend thousands on lip injections when you can just get stung with a face of hostile insects? His all-natural fashion advice is all the buzz on Facebook with over 10 million views. Talk about looking swole. You like that? You like that? Oh, honey.
Talk about painful.
Yeah.
You would think, you know.
I'll just have my thin lips. I'm fine with it.
Yeah. Keep it as is.
That's right.
6:55 our time this morning. It wasn't homecoming weekend on the UK campus, but it was for a handful of former Kentucky basketball players.
DeMarcus Cousins, Willie Cauley-Stein, and Skal Labissiere and the Sacramento Kings took on John Wall and the Washington Wizards for an NBA exhibition game in Rupp Arena on Saturday. The former Wildcat said it was a great feeling to be back in Rupp.
Yeah, I go to the same places. Like yesterday, at the Madness, I walked the whole street back up there to where the old Wildcat Lodge used to be, and just went to a couple of food spots that I used to eat at, and just take pictures with the fans. You know what I mean? It's fun. It's just like wanting to feel like I was back in college, so I had my UK sweatsuit on.
You know, Kansas is where I was raised and where I was born, but like Kentucky feels like home. So when I come back here, like it's sad that I have to leave right now. You know what I'm saying? Like I haven't been here that long. Like, you know, one day is not long enough to be here. So that's the kind of thing that I took from this place. Is just like
says their family. UK fans also had a chance to see another former Wildcat in Louisville. Carl Anthony Towns participated in an NBA preseason game held at the KFC Young Center.
All right, so he was close by.
He was. It's pretty, I don't know, that's dangerous to go to Louisville when you're supposed to be at Big Blue Madness,
Well,
but he says
true.
it was a good reason, so we'll allow it.
You got it. All right, we'll let him by. It was good to have him back this close anyway. I want to check with Micah before we go. What an interesting week this is going to be.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. And you know, in October, we typically get weeks like this where it's really, really warm and then it gets really, really cold. I'll show you that in your 7-day in just a few seconds here. And hour-by-hour forecast at 83 degrees. Once we hit the next several days, guys, we're in the 80s today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. But then we get off towards your Friday, Saturday. That's when the cold air starts rising.
And Andrew's ready for that.
I'm ready.
She's ready.
It's cold.
I'm always freezing.
Nobody's more up to date than you. Thank you for being with WKYT.